Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. As you can see on the screen, this is a video about the Origin 100 series, the 100i, the 125A, and the 135C. My name's Fist-25, and let's get at the video right now. Okay guys, thanks for coming back to Fisting Jawa Save the Universe. I would love to say I've been super looking forward to this video, but I haven't been because it's the 100i. I'm not in love with the ship, although it is really cool. I don't know. I bought it. I actually bought all three ships as kind of a part of a mega pack a little while ago. And I don't use them like I should, I guess. Maybe when we go to beta or we go to actual live, I'll use them, but I don't know. I think it might be an upgrade token for me. I hate to start the video out that way, kind of negative, but you can't even buy these ships right now. They're supposed to be like Origin starter ships, and you can't even buy them. So, but let's get into a little bit about the 100 series. Let me start here on the left with the 100i. The Origin 100i is a luxury starter ship that is the base variant of the 100 series. It features Origin Jumpworks' patented air fuel system, making it the most efficient and eco-friendly ship on the market. It is capable of long-distance flights compared to most ships of its size. So that is the 100i there on the left, guys. Let's move into the 125A in the center. The Origin 125A is a light fighter and starter ship that is the combat variant of the 100 series. With the air fuel system, a souped up weapons package, and all the luxury and refinement you've come to expect from Origin Jumpworks, the 125A has been designed for the discerning maverick. Which, out of all these ships, it is my favorite of the 100 series. Let's move on to the 135C on the right, the cargo variant. The Origin 135C is a light freight and starter ship that is the cargo variant of the 100 series. This ship has a specific cargo module integrated in the underside rear of the ship to accommodate the additional capacity. From what I see on the outside of the ship, it doesn't look like it's any bigger, so I'm not sure why the other ships don't have it, but it does have an extra 4 SCU of cargo. So with that being said, that is the intro. Let's go ahead and move into the ship tour section, and let's go ahead and move into the 100i. Here we are, folks. This is the Origin 100i. We are at a beautiful spot here on Daymar SCD-1. And let's go ahead and take a look at the ship while we still have the daylight out here. So you can see this is the base paint for the 100i. It is that kind of white color as we walk around the port side or the starboard side of the ship. You can see it has that dark canopy up there, and we can see the two maneuvering thrusters right next to the Origin logo. I believe these guys on the front are maybe part of the sensor suite. The avionics suite has some kind of sensors in it. As you can see, there is a front like a wing canard. It doesn't move. It looks like it has an antenna on it. As we keep coming around the starboard side of this symmetrical ship, we can see the adaptive intake refinery, the air intake. This is what scoops in the hydrogen and what makes these little starter ships like so effective. You almost never run out of hydrogen. They will just keep sucking it in, and you can refill your ship super quick, saving you a lot of money at the pump here. And if you noticed, I'm actually at the Platinum Bay landing services here and at Daymar, because this ship is so small it fits on the pad, so you're able to call it here, which is really kind of cool. If you say you lost your ship here or something, you need to get out of here, you can call this ship or any of the 100 series plus a couple other ships, like I think the Arrow and stuff like that. As we make our way on the starboard side, we can see there's yet another antenna up there. We can see our wings here, the symmetrical kind of up and down look of the winglets, and then the wing itself is not that big, but again, it's not that big of a ship. It's just kind of a long fuselage. We see we do have wheels on our landing gear. Not that they work, but they are there. Currently on this ship, I have some NDB 30s, some size 3 laser neutron repeaters. I think neutron repeaters. And the reason I chose that was purely for aesthetic reasons, because the ship is white, they're white. They still do good damage. They are the medium range versus the higher damage, shorter range attritions that I normally use. As we look at the back of the ship, that very symmetrical look. It looks really good. It has that kind of arch there on the top, the spoiler, as some people would call it, on the back. Makes it look very unique. Origin always has the best looking ships in my opinion, and I think in Jawas as well. There's no points really to do anything down here as far as the cargo, but we'll do something as far as the cargo is concerned once we get into the ship. I'm not sure what's up with this texture here. Doesn't look like it's shading in correctly. Maybe it's just a reflection of the sand. I don't know. But the port side of the ship looks exactly like the starboard side, except for one key difference. Our door is over here on the port side. So let's go ahead and hit the ramp access. Let's open the door. Yes, you do have to click that to get the door open. It slides open. It's a little bit different than the 300 series. And we have our steps that tell us to come on in. And it's very dark in here, even though it's very light outside. It's hard to see, but there's this little panel right here, and if we use our interaction button, we can actually close that door. And the door will close, and we will go airtight. And again, it's just very dark in here because the ship is turned off. So let's go ahead and hop in this pilot seat. And at least we'll turn on the ship. And we'll look around the cockpit a little bit. We'll head in the back, and I'll show you some of that. And then we'll go flying a little bit, maybe take a little combat mission. So let's go ahead and turn the ship on. All right, as always, we still have that power low bug after landing somewhere and turning power back on for the first time, but that's okay. So we have our standard HUD here. We do have our warning lights down here. The power low and our missile warning will be there. We have a 3D radar. Of course, what else would you expect from Origin? We have holographic multifunction displays right here. And then we have two almost like hard-coded displays on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4 multifunction displays. This is one of the newer ships. I believe it came out in patch 312. So it has some newer stuff to it. Ship status in here, and these do work just like anything else would work. Not very well. I'm just kidding. Let's take a look at our buttons on our yoke here. It looks like we have these should be the buttons over here. We have engaged cruise control, proximity flight assist. What else is on here? Engine on, engine off, spool quantum. Looks like those buttons are active. I don't think I have anything directly on the yoke itself. We should have an ejection in here as well. Looks like over here we have spool quantum drive. Those buttons don't do anything. If we go all the way to the right, we have our exit. To the left, open exterior and press to unlock. Let's go ahead and open the exterior. Should just be the normal door. Yeah. There is a cargo area in here, and it's not real big. Oh, you see on the front there. Let me see if I can get some camera on that. There we go. You can see we have access to some components in there. And that's kind of the future of where some of these ships are going, is that we're going to have access to some of the bays from the outside, and we'll be able to do stuff with them from there. So... oh, it looks like we have a power off key, or deploy landing gear, retract landing gear. There's more stuff over here. And then the exteriors. So let's go ahead and close our exterior. And we will hop out of the seat real quick. Now that we have a little bit of lighting turned on the ship, and all of the 100 series are almost identical here. As we look, we can see we have the bed. Last time I checked... oh, you can lie down in it now. So we can sit and lie down. That means we can log out and go to sleep in our ship, which is pretty convenient, especially for a starter ship. There's only a couple that do that. Now back here, this is a compartment back here where you can open the door. And I'm not sure what that guy does. Oh yeah. So we have component access from here. Looks like our shield generator is a single shield generator, and our power plant over here. So, and then we can close that access. One thing we cannot do is stow the bed. The bed is supposed to go into the wall or fold up or something, but we don't have access to that. But I believe you can set packages down on there. This is a box delivery type of ship. Also in here, this is our cargo bay for the 100i. Not very big, but I guess you could technically smuggle things in here as well. But yeah, that is our tiny little cargo bay in there. The 100i does have a cargo capacity of 2 SCU. So yeah, this guy goes for, if you were to buy it, it goes for about 654,000 Alpha UBC. So not bad as far as starter ship prices go. If you wanted to rent it, it goes for about 13,000 Alpha UBC or 6,500 rec per day. An insurance claim is about a little over 4 minutes. Expedite time is instant. It costs about 635 Alpha UBC to expedite this ship. If you want to buy this in real life, it was originally $45 war bond, but it goes today for $50. It is a time limited sale, so you can't just buy it whenever you want, even though it's a starter ship. You do have to wait for certain events to buy the ship. As of right now, anyway. That may change in the future. There are some different paint schemes for this guy, which we will get into a little bit later in the video. But basically, according to the brochure, take touring to the next universe, take touring the universe to the next level with the 100i and feel perfect harmony between pilot, machine, and environment. The patented air fuel system will keep you flying smoothly on long distance treks, while the innovative interior will get you there in total comfort. And the sleek, unmistakably Origin design assures that you'll turn heads wherever you're going. And that's true. The design aesthetic is really good. Let's go ahead and take off. We're going to go ahead and lift up here. And let's watch the landing gear retract in. So a nice smooth animation there. And we'll reset our view. And let's go ahead and we'll engage our cruise control as we're flying around Daymar here. And you see, let's see, we're just below cruise, so this is pretty much cruise here. And it's nice and smooth. It flies really nice. It rolls real nice. Let's see how fast we roll. Not bad. We'll get to more specifics in the actual loadout portion of the video. Let's go ahead and do a loop. Very nimble. Very nimble. On flying around. Of course, it's a small ship and it's got a pretty good size section. There's a full 180 in cruise control at SCM, so not too bad. Let's go ahead and ramp up the power. We'll do an afterburner test, see how far we can get here before we get the warning. Haven't got there we go. So we got to about 580. Of course, you get the ATC to land at smaller stations because you can land at Platinum Bay. So in the Daymar atmosphere, we're cruising along here. Roughly 438 meters a second is the SCM speed here. Let's go ahead and take off into actual space. Ship looks very good. Daymar looks good. Look at Daymar there. That looks fantastic. So we'll go ahead and fire the weapons here. Nice little purple of the neutron repeaters. And we do have 2 missiles on board this ship, which is one of the biggest differences between this and the combat variant, the 125A. That has more missiles. All three of the ships have size 3 hard points on them as far as guns go. Looks like our maximum velocity here is 900, just at 1,000 meters a second, exactly on the dot. So let's crank that back down and let's get into a little bit of first-person combat here. I'm going to go ahead and save you the bore of getting into fighting a mission and all that, and we'll be back with some first-person combat. Okay, folks, we're here to come get our target. There he is. 7,000 clicks away. I got the joysticks out. There he is. It's just a medium risk target mission, so it's a Drake Buccaneer. As soon as I get missile range, I'm going to put him on him because this is not the most powerful ship. Buccaneer easily outguns this ship. Come on. Fire. Oh. Actually, it looks like 2 missiles is all I needed. That was almost unfair. Maybe his shields were down. Well, I guess you don't get to see the cool neutron effects. But just goes to show you, you can do combat with this ship. As a medium combat mission, that was a 7,500 Alpha UEC. So there's our first-person perspective, and stay tuned towards the end of the video to see the third-person combat from the 100i, the 125A, and the 135C. As we let's take a look at this ship as we fly through this asteroid field. Take a look around here, and it is just a very beautiful ship. I really like the paint scheme on this. The white just kind of screams Origin, so very nice looking ship. Shoot some of our weapons again. There's just not that much to it. It's a starter ship, so let's go ahead and look at the bottom real quick. Looks fantastic. I really like how CIG made the ship, and it's kind of it's affordable. It's got a decent weapons package on it. It's supposed to be the premium starter ship out of all of them. So besides the Nomad, the Nomad's a little bit more powerful, a little bit more cargo. But as far as Origin goes, it looks good and cheaper than the 300i. So with that, let's head on back, and I guess let's take a look at the 125A. Okay, guys, so that was the 100i. Let's turn our focus over to the combat variant of the Origin 100 series, the 125A. All right, folks, we're back here at Daymar. Here is the famed Origin 125A, the combat version of the 100 series from Origin. As we look at it, it looks almost identical to the other 100 series, because it essentially is. As we look head on to the nose, we can see there's definitely some kind of probably an avionics or sensor suite in there. We have our forward canard as we pass along the starboard side of the ship. Darkened canopy, our maneuvering thrusters right there, real wheels for landing gear. And it's kind of hard to tell, but this paint job it's kind of a black chrome. There is a lot of reflection in it. As you can see, it's reflecting the landing pad and some of the other stuff here at SCD1 on Daymar. It has of course, the adaptive intake refinery that processes that hydrogen and gives you just a ton of hydrogen fuel. We have our forward antenna, our little antennas up there on the leading edge extension that's kind of lines the top of the fuselage. As long as also as well, down below, you can see our landing gear doors are here, and then it looks like maybe we have some kind of a ventral turret. Whoa, don't clip through the ship here. Okay. You can look and see on the side, the wings are about the same, and again, I'm having this weird shader issue right now where it looks like there's damage, but there's actually no damage to the ship. But it's kind of cool to see that type of damage model and just kind of see what it looks like. That does happen sometimes. When this happens, just go in and delete your shader folder, and then have the game rebuild it, and everything will kind of fix itself there. As you can see, there's some attrition 3s mounted to this guy, so a little bit beefier DPS for these laser repeaters, but of course you have to also get closer to use those repeaters at maximum damage. As we head around the back, it looks almost exactly the same with the spoiler there and the rear area. The 125A Again, like the 100i has 2 SCU of cargo. And we'll get into a little bit more of the specifics here once we get inside. But you can see around the port side, it's almost identical. I still have those damage shaders on for some reason, or another attrition 3 on the left side. So this ship is balanced as far as its weapons go. And let's go ahead and see if we can actually open this this door here. And what this is outside access to our quantum drive, which, believe it or not, it has a quantum drive, even though there's nothing physicalized in here. But it's kind of cool to see the wiring and the piping for all the different systems in there. Looks pretty neat. So one day we'll be able to actually do some maintenance and stuff on the outside. More maneuvering thrusters here on the port side, and then the same mechanism to open the door as was in the 100i. You click on that thing. It's pretty classy shape. I like how the door comes out. I really like how the steps come down. And you hop on up, and it's the same panel to close the door as the 100i. And it's the same layout here. We have the same type of bed. It doesn't retract. There's some kind of multi-function display up there. We can open both top and the bottom doors here. Our cargo bay is right here. 2 SCU in here, just like the 100i. We got our power, our shield generator and our power plant in here. We'll go ahead and close that door up. I'm not sure what is shaking so much in here. Let's go ahead and enter the pilot seat, as the cockpit is just the same as the 100i is. No, I think it's just the wind here. You can see it's very, very windy outside, although it doesn't look like it right now. We'll go ahead and fire up the engines. There we go. That sounded good, didn't it? Oh, yeah. Nice sunny day out here at Daymar. Let's take a look at the ship while we're on the pad. You can see clearly from the top, there's definitely some, you can see that door kind of change colors. I like the design aesthetic. It looks black, but it's kind of more of a, it looks more like a matte black here, but it's actually quite reflective, especially on the bottom. The bottom's almost, it's almost like a chrome black or something like that. You can see there's maneuvering thrusters on the top here, even though it looks like there's damage, there really isn't. Oh, you can really kind of see looks like the wings are damaged. Oh, that's crazy. The spoiler, and you can see the engine compartment here. Let's see, get a little better view. That engine compartment does look super cool. You can see the piping and all that, and the vent and everything. Really did a good job here with the 100 series. Let's go ahead and take off. We will fold in the gear. It should be the exact same specs as the 100, and here we are just below SCM speed, going about 215 here. I'd like to say it's a little bit more nimble, but it's really not. It's going to be the same specs. As we pull a nice minimum radius turn there, we'll let the engines take over here. Then we'll get about some good speed and some good boost as we fly over SCD1. Pull a loop. Who doesn't like to do a little bit of low flying? We'll do kind of a split S there, and we'll go right back over and throw a little bit of burner shot there for the folks working at SCD1. Flies really good at atmosphere. It's a nice little nimble ship. Let's go ahead and head out into space as we easily approach 90 degrees vertical from Daymar. Ship looks really, really good. We kind of block out the sun there. Oh yeah. Okay, so we are definitely in space now. Now this ship actually comes with 6 Strike Force 2 missiles stock, so that's definitely the benefit over the other 100i series, is it has more combat capability because it holds more missiles. But laser repeaters are these attrition 3s on here. And yeah, that's kind of what I like to use on the combat variant. And so we're going to go ahead and let me see if there's any more information on the 125A. Not really. We already talked about the air fuel system, and really its discerning feature is that one, it costs a little bit more. It's about 791,000 alpha UEC to buy in game. When you one day will be able to buy it in game. Rents for about 15,820 UEC or 7,900 rec. The claim time is just over 4 minutes. Expedite time is instant, 635 alpha UEC to expedite. To buy it in real life, right now it's $60. And like I said, it holds 2 SCU, crew of 1. It's made for just a single person. It's a nice little ship. So let's go ahead and break off and let's do some first-person combat. Okay, we have our contact here. Let's go get him. It's a Vanguard Warden, so I don't think a couple missiles is going to take him out. We'll have to get into some gun range here. Might even have friends that show up. Nope, we lost our gun range. But after the joust, we're gonna get. There we go. Too much. I do want to get a couple missiles off at him. Come on, strike forces. Nope, lost it again. There we go. That was quite a delay on those missiles. I don't think they hit. So missile lock and moving and guns at the same time. All right, 2 more out. A little bit of desync here in this dogfight. Whoa. Oh, now he pops his flares. Yeah, the target pimp's moving around so much because of the desync as he jousts me again. Might just have to do this the old-fashioned way with our guns. See what happens. I think the biggest thing CIG really needs to address is the desync issue. And maybe that'll come with Tier 0 server meshing, I don't know. But that delay stuff just can't, keep taking so long. It drives me crazy sometimes. All right, so we got that bounty. And we made 11,000, 12,000. So not bad. This is starter ship, 2 size 3 guns, some missiles on a Vanguard Warden. Let me know what you guys think. Not much of a picture here because we are on the dark side of yellow, but almost ran into that asteroid. But as we kind of make our way back to Crusader here, what do you guys think about the 125A? If you like it, drop a comment in there. I'm pretty partial to it. You can see here what I was talking about with the reflective type of paint. It is a black, but it's also a little bit reflective there. Almost like a black chrome. Digging it. I like it a lot. And I like the other paint schemes that I bought with this ship as well. So with that, I think we're going to go ahead and move on back to the intro card and probably take a look at the 135C, the cargo variant of the 100 series. Stay tuned. All right, guys, I hope you liked the 125A. Let's move on to the last of the 100 series. The video on the right, the 135C. All right, folks, welcome to the Origin 135C, the cargo variant of the 100i series, the 100 series from Origin. As you can see, it's very, very similar to the other two that we've looked at, the 125A and the 100I. In fact, it's almost identical. So we'll go ahead and give a quick ship tour because we've already done this twice. But we can see on the front, looks like radar systems. So there is an avionics package and a radar package in the very front of the ship. We again have our little forward canard, our two maneuvering thrusters, our dark canopy. We have kind of a cool blue paint scheme, which we'll see more the more the sun comes up here. The sun is just starting to come up here over at area 141. Starting to get a little bit warmer, I think, as well. This ship does come with the adaptive intake refinery, the air intake, which is actually a hydrogen intake. As you can see, I do have some laser cannons on this guy. I have a pair of Coroller 3s on the 135C. I've been getting in a little bit into some cannons lately, both laser and ballistic. And if I'm going to have a cargo ship, I probably want something that could at least not run out of ammo, even though it fires a little bit slower. Those Corollers are pretty darn powerful. As we go around the back of the ship, it looks very similar to the other two ships with the spoiler and the landing gear. We come around the port side, you can see the other Coroller on the wing here, and everything else pretty much the same. We even have the same component for the quantum drive here that we can open up. There we go, without an actual physicalized drive in there, and some more thrusters and the same type of entrance. Let's go ahead and hop inside this guy and see what she looks like from the inside. As we go up our stairs, same panel to close, and as we look, we have our bed here. Same thing, you can sleep on it, you can sit on it, you can lie down on it, you just can't stow it. We have our two component doors and our bottom door here. Now, I know it looks exactly the same as the other one, but surprisingly, it can actually hold more cargo. The cargo version of the 100 or the 135, the 100 series can hold 6 SCU of cargo. That's the main difference, and it happens to be the most expensive version of the 100 series at 839,000 alpha UEC to buy the ship when you can buy it in game at some point. It costs 16,780 UEC to rent, or 8,390 rec. It claims in 4.5 minutes exactly with a 0 expedite times instant for 675 credits. If you want to buy this game in real life, it is a time limited sale, and it'll cost you $65 for that extra 4 SCU. There's nothing necessarily different with this guy. It has 2 missiles just like the 100i does. It's pretty much the same performance. It just has a little bit more cargo, which, you know, if you're doing stuff like running drugs where you can make a lot of money with a little bit of cargo, maybe this is the ship for you. But that's, you know, that's up to you. There's no other real big features with this ship other than that. So let's go ahead and take a view from the outside as we fire up our engines. Still sounds just phenomenal firing those up. We can see it does have this nice kind of orange trim work. It looks like almost like a red orange, and it has the blue paint job with the light blue Origin logo painted on the side of the port wing. So let's go ahead and lift up here, and we will watch the landing gear retract in. Here we go, really nice animation there with the landing gear, and let's go take her flying around. Get some sunlight on this ship. We head up above the mountains. There we go. Now that logo really starts to pop, right? And this maneuver is just about the same as the others. I can pull a much harder turn, just like that, and we'll give it some gas, and we'll boost towards 141 here. Give him a boost. We'll pull up a loop, pull a split S reversal, and we'll head head down towards the station and right past him again. So the nice thing is here as we're flying around the atmosphere, you know, a lot of ships will really just eat hydrogen like crazy, and this ship is just really phenomenal with the way it consumes its hydrogen. You can see we're at 97, but if we were to just keep flying around, nice little cruising speed, it would actually fill back up pretty quick. It's you know, we've been using a lot of afterburner there. Let's check its cruising speed. We'll get a little bit more refined when we actually go to the loadout screen, but roughly 200. And it should have the exact same maximum atmosphere speed as the other two. So we use a little bit of boost. Gain a little altitude here. So it's at like 400. Let's go ahead and head up into space. These ships are just so light and so nimble that they can head up into space no problem. And look good doing it. You know, Origin ship, just, again, you know, there's a reason Jawa and I love these ships. It's really because of that really good design aesthetic that Origin comes with. Very sleek, very smooth ships. They fulfill their role very nicely. And as our thrust kind of bottoms out there, we're at roughly 1094 for our top speed here, it looks like. Maybe 1095 as we head on out into space. So I do have some cannons on here. These corollary cannons, these laser cannons, I think they look pretty darn good. They actually have a blue, I feel like they should have blue lasers because they have all the blue trim. But let's go ahead and let's take a quick combat mission with this guy, and just hang tight, and I'll pipe you back in as soon as the combat gets started. All right, so our bounty just showed up. Head on over to him. There he is. So it is a Cuddy Black, so you should be able to take these two missiles. We're going to try to shoot him first to soften him up, so that's why I'm staying right around SCM right now. As soon as we get in range, we want to fire. I'm sure he sees us as well. Yep. I'm going to be shooting him with the gun. Doesn't even look like it's hitting him. In range. Fire. There we go. All right, out of missiles. Oh no, we only have one lock. How did that miss you, dude? We have range with these cannons, so maybe we can, you know, outrange him. I'm not sure why it's taking so long to actually fire a missile. Play this game of who's faster in a circle with this guy a little bit. He just kind of gave me his back here. This is only a medium mission for the cargo variant. I did a high risk mission with the 125A. He is taking damage if you look in the screen as I shoot him. Like I said, part of me making these videos is testing out these weapons. When I made my cannon video, I did that in 312 technically, so maybe the corollary has a little bit different stats. I haven't updated that video yet, but keep an eye out for it because I do plan to do an update and see what's different. Whoa, desync like crazy. I just can't seem to. This is why I like repeaters, because I usually end up getting this close to some of these guys. I do have a strong single shield on here. I have a Palisade. I made sure to put on before I started the video. And we almost got this Cuddy. He's moving around just enough for me not to be able to hit that pip. There he goes. So that goes to show you, even in the cargo variant, you can, whoa, where'd the asteroid field go? You can take out these targets with your cargo variant of the 100 series. Very nice. 8,500 Alpha UEC, not bad. And imagine if I still had cargo, you know, that was a group of pirates, I think I would have been okay. So guys, this is the 135C cargo variant of the 100 series starter ship here. And it's blue and light blue and orange paint scheme, the original default paint scheme, and I think it looks very nice, and it flies well. It has combat. I think if I were to pick one of these ships, now I own all three because I bought them as a pack, and they were cheaper that way, but if I just had to pick one out of all of them, I would pick the 125A. If I could pick two, it would be the 135 and the 125A. I don't really see the value in the 100i because this ship has more cargo and the same armaments. The 125A has the same cargo and more armaments. So, you know, if it was just going to come down to a single starter ship, you're not going to carry a whole lot of cargo in this stuff anyway. I would say it would be better to do box missions or actual, you know, dogfighting missions or box missions with these starter ships. That's kind of what I think they're designed for. And yeah, that's my opinion. I would go with the 125A. So, you know, tell me what you think about these videos. Do you like this ship? Would you buy this ship if you had the opportunity? I want to know. Make sure to comment in the comment section below, and like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Jawa and I surely appreciate it. All right, now let's head on over back to the intro graphic, and we're going to go over the loadouts of some of these ships before we move on. Thanks for watching so far, and stick with us. All right, guys, that was the ship reviews and the interior kind and exterior kind of tours of the 100i, the 125A, and the 135C. Now let's go ahead and move out into the loadout section of these ships. All right, folks. Well, here we are at Urkel.games, the DPS calculator, and we're going to do a loadout on the 100i, the 125A, and the 135C here at the website. We can see we're going to start off with the 100i. We can see its role as a starter Pathfinder. It's a ship size of 1. The hull hit points is 3,550. The mass is 48,000 kilograms. SCM speed is 210 meters a second. Max afterburner speed is 1,000. Its pitch is 78 degrees a second. Pretty good. Yaw 76. Also pretty good. And roll is really good at 195 degrees a second. It's got a pretty small quantum tank at 700 liters. Definitely, we'll get into the quantum drive in a minute. It's cargo grid, 2 SCUs. Hydrogen, 65,000 liters, but you know, best hydrogen refill in the game, pretty much. Again, you can buy this at Lorville or Astro Armada Area 18 for 654,000 Alpha UEC. So first thing is first, stock loadout is 2 M4A cannons. Those are on gimbals. It is actually a size 3 hardpoint. My recommendation is to yank off those gimbals, and we are going to go ahead and put on, now I put NDB 30s on there, which for a laser repeater gives you more range. Actually, no, it really doesn't. It gives you, you don't have to worry about like the damage buildup and all that stuff, but the damage drop off the further away you go isn't as bad. So you actually end up getting better range with the NDB 30 than you do the attrition. But it's up to you if you want a little bit more DPS and fight in closer, use the attritions. But with the white paint job and the white aesthetic, I like the NDB 30s. So I'm going to recommend the NDB 30s as an all-around middle of the road laser there. The missiles, it comes to 2 missiles. These are Strike Force 2s. These are cross-section. I just leave them be. No need to upgrade them. They're great missiles. And they are size 2. The shields and the power plant and the coolers and the quantum drive, they're all civilian grade C stuff. I don't like that. I'm definitely going to upgrade all that stuff. For the shields, since I only have one size 1 shield slot, I'm going with the Industrial Palisade because it has the most hit points. There is an argument for the FR66, but the FR66 recharges faster and everything, but I think when you only have a couple seconds in a dogfight, I'll take the extra couple hits that I can take with the Palisade. For the power plants, I'm going with tried and true JS300 military grade A. The coolers, I'm going to the industrial ultraflows, the highest capacity. You could probably get away with lower stuff like glaciers for the military or something else, but ultraflows are my tried and true. They seem to work the best in my experience. And the quantum drive, I would go with a civilian Atlas. That's what I always recommend because you can make it to Port Olisar and Microtech in one jump, even though it takes 8 minutes. But still, the Atlas is a great quantum drive for a size 1 ship. So doing this bumps up our DPS to 1065 with almost 400 alpha damage. Our shields get a full charge in under a minute, 51 seconds. With a nice hit point pool of 7,900. Our power, we are under half of a power draw because we upgraded the power plant to that JS300. The coolers are about at a quarter of their capacity with the 2 ultraflows. The thing is with this build, of course, the EM and the IR are very high. So you're not stealthy at all in this. Let's dump this stuff into the cart and we'll check out our carts. Since I typically buy all my stuff at New Babbage, except for the Quantum Drive, we will check all those prices there. So you can buy everything except the Atlas at New Babbage, and the cost is going to be 143,800 Alpha UBC. So not too bad, I guess. Not too bad. I think it's a pretty good build for the 100i. So let's go ahead and we're going to swap on over to the 125A. Actually, what I want to do real quick is compare the 100i. We see the pitch is 78, yaw 76, and roll 195. As we go down, we don't see any actual changes into those stats. What we do see from the 100i to the 125 is we see a SEM speed go from 210 to 230. The top speed go from 1000 to 1150. So the 125A is definitely faster than the 100i. Also, from the 100i to the 135C, we see a slowdown in the SCM speed from 210 to 190. But from the afterburner speed, the top speed 1000 to 1095. So the 135 is higher on the top end, but slower in SCM, which they're so close, it doesn't really matter. If you want the speedier one, you go for the 125A. So let's go ahead and select that. Here we see our stock loadouts. On this guy, again, this one's a light fighter combat variant, has 2 SCU. Everything else is the same. We already went over the speed here. The whole hit points, 3,550. I am curious to see if those whole hit points change. I don't think they do. No, they do not. So all the holes are the same. You can buy the 125A at Loreville, 791,000 Alpha UEC. Again, all these ships come with 2 size 3 hard points, but for the 125A, I'm going to recommend an attrition 3 build. Actually, I want to see the DPS increase, so excuse me one sec. So our DPS right now is 458, 366 Alpha. So 458. When we put the attrition 3s on as fixed size 3, yeah, we're bumping up to 1233 damage when the attritions are heated up. So significant increase in damage output. As far as the missiles go, now you have 6 of them, and I would just keep them as is. You have the 2 that are included with all the other ships, and then it has an extra 4 in the 125A. Everything else is all the other components are military grade C, so except for the quantum. So a little bit better in quality than the civilians, but we're going to go ahead and do the same upgrades. I'm going to do a Palisade shield. For the power plant itself, I'm going to bump up to a JS300, a little bit more power. For the coolers, again, going with the tried and true ultraflows. There we go. And for the quantum drive, once again, the Atlas is the best choice in my opinion. So now we have a bumped up ship. Again, power and cooling stay real low. Our EM is even higher now, so definitely not any stealth in this, but much more damage output with a faster ship. Oh, let's do the, sorry, no, let's put the items in the cart. Let's see what the upgrade cost is for the 125. Remember, you have to buy the attrition 3s at Loreville, where you buy the ship anyway. So it totals out at 139,900 Alpha UVC to fully upgrade the 125A. Let's move on to the 135C. Last in the line here, the cargo variant. Again, 458 damage. We're going to strip off these gimbals, put some fixed size 3s on there. Now it's your choice what you want to use. You could go, what I had in my build was 2 Quarrelers, which are 340 DPS, a very good middle of the road size 3 laser cannon with actually pretty good fire rate. Or you could go with the FL33s, which are, you know, they're not as much range as the Quarreler, but they do more damage over time. So if we go with double Quarrelers, and of course you could go with repeaters if you want. This is just suggestions. But you do 680 DPS, 648 alpha. So that's a lot of alpha damage with the Quarreler. If you went with something like a monster ballistic cannon like the Tarantula GT870 Mark III, you were going to do a lot of damage. So 784 DPS, 588 alpha. It's just you run out of ammo after a while. So that's definitely an option as well. So I'm going to leave these Tarantulas on here. These Strike Force 2s, you get 2 of those, leave those alone. And then everything else on the 135 is industrial grade C, except for the quantum drive. So again, we're going to move everything up to the highest components. We're going to do the Palisade Shield, JS300 for the power plant, and the Ultra Flows for the cooler, and the quantum drive over to the Atlas. So now this thing is pretty darn powerful here. Really nice, but you can still go with attritions. It's up to you guys. Our power and our cooling are very low, a lot of room in there. Of course, again, not stealthy at all. Throw the items in the cart here, and we'll move everything to New Babbage and see how much it costs after we do this. Here we go. So if we're to buy everything in New Babbage except for the Atlas drive at PO, we're going to be spending 182,434 Alpha UVC on the 135C. And that, my friends, is a quick down and dirty of the loadouts for the 100 series ships. Before we go, I do have one more thing here. The 100I series, all 3 aircraft come with paint that you could have bought when you bought the aircraft. The first paint is the 100 series flame livery, and it looks good. It's got that gray and that orange that kind of juxtaposed each other. It's an interesting color scheme. It just reminds me of obviously fire with the orange, and I think it looks really good. The next paint series is the blue ametrine livery, and it's almost like UEE colors, right? It's that darker blue with the very striking yellow of the colors of the UEE, and I think it looks really neat. It's very different, I guess is the word I would say. It doesn't scream Origin to me because it doesn't scream class, but it is a neat look, and I kind of really am enjoying it. And then the last series is the slate camo livery, which for some reason in this when I brought the ship out, it had damage textures to the very front of the ship, even though I just claimed it. So it looks off on the front, but it has this muted gray patchwork kind of, it actually fits good for camouflage because it's all kinds of different shades of gray. So I just want to make sure I mentioned all the different paints that you could also get with the 100i series. All right, guys, welcome back from the loadouts. I hope you enjoyed that. Let's go ahead and real quick, let's go over the brochure that Star Citizen has provided us for the 100 series. All right, folks, so here we go. We're going to do a quick overview of the brochure for the 100 series ships from Origin Jumpworks. The slogan here is Style Meets Substance. So great picture here of the 100i from the front. Adventure evolved, performance reimagined. Great marketing slogans here. The 100i comes in those, it has those the blue, the white, the gray color scheme. Easy on the eyes as well as the environment. Tour the universe with a perfect coupling of luxury and performance. The 135C, built for musicians, couriers, and anyone with precious cargo to transport. Get it there fast and look good while you're doing it with the 135C. And then the 125A, the definition of grace under fire. Risks were meant to be taken, but why risk running out of fuel in the heat of battle? I'm not sure that is what the takeaway is with this ship, but it's good. Extreme touring, the 100i. Take touring the universe to the next level with the 100i and feel perfect harmony between pilot, machine, and environment. The patented air fuel system will keep you flying smoothly on long-distance treks, while the innovative interior will get you there in total comfort, and the sleek, unmistakably Origin design assures that you'll turn heads wherever you're going. Wouldn't that be cool if we could go parasailing in game like that and land, hop on our ship, and take off? That'd be pretty slick. Elegant firepower, the 125A. When you're in the heat of battle, the last thing you should be worrying about is running out of fuel. I don't worry about that ever in battle. In the 125A, you'll never have to. With Origin's cutting-edge air system, a souped-up weapons package, and enhanced thrusters for increased speed, it's the obvious choice for the discerning maverick looking to stay in the fight and outgun the competition. And last but not least, the 135C. This is a great picture of people hanging out next to their 135C. They got a little cargo. They got some Radagast. They got some liquor in that thing right there. Want to get the party started or keep it going? Need to get your gear and gig halfway across the system? Or maybe you just need to make a timely delivery and a statement at the same time. In any case, the 135C can get the job done with style and sophistication. Sporting increased cargo capacity, Origin's air system, and an ultra-modern finish, the 135C effortlessly blends form and function. Comfort redefined, the interior. It doesn't quite look like that. It's pretty close. The bed is the other way, and that screen does not go across the whole way, but that would be cool if it did. Anyway. Everyone wants to make a statement. What's yours? 100i concept approved by Faisal Kanti, senior designer. Travel on air. It's the adaptive intake refinery there. The air system, we know that it's a big deal here. It sucks in the hydrogen, and you don't have to worry about refueling your hydrogen very often. So you can take nice long flights around in atmosphere and not have to worry about it. There's some stats here, the cargo, the missiles, all that. We've already went over that with the loadouts. And there you go. The Origin 100 series brochure. All right, guys, thanks for watching so far on that 100 series brochure. And now we're going to go ahead and jump into the commercial the Star Citizen made on the Origin 100 series.
Maybe you're into touring the galaxy's more out-of-the-way destinations. Or you're known for your speed and tenacity. You always deliver. Perhaps you're a peacemaker, taming a wild galaxy. Whatever calls to you, choose your lifestyle. With the 100 series from Origin.
All right, guys, let's start wrapping up the video here. The last part of the video here is the 100i, the 125A, and the 135C. And what I'd like to do is a third-person custom combat from a different ship and just see the ships kind of flying around in space and doing a little bit of combat, a little bit of everything. And let's go ahead and we'll watch those in order, and let's go. so this wraps up the video for the 100i series. I'm curious to know what you think. Would you buy this ship? Esport All-Star disappeared right there. Do you like this ship at all? What are your pros and cons to the 100i? If it becomes available again, would you actually purchase the ship? I think those are valid questions, and I think I don't know if I would again. I would definitely buy it in game, because I think it's a good starter ship to buy in game, but I'm not sure I would pay money for this again, and I may even trade this in for an upgrade. I'm just not sure, because the problem is I don't really use it enough to make it worthwhile, I think. But I'm curious to see what your opinions are. So if you haven't already, please go ahead and like and subscribe to the video. Jawa and I could really use your support. We are obviously trying to get monetized so we can get a little bit of money, and we're going to throw it back into ships to give away to the community. So it's that little tiny red button right below the video that says subscribe. And don't tell Jawa, but I'm going to do an auto landing. Yeah, it would just really help us out making these videos. It's definitely not free. It is very time consuming. But it's a labor of love, and we both like making them. If there's any type of videos you'd like to see, please let us know, and we will try our best to make that content. We've done quite a few in the past on dual stick setups and other parts of the game that's a little bit more obscure. I'd be happy to do a video on Toby or Track IR or any of that kind of stuff that I have laying around. We also have a Patreon, guys, so if you feel the need or the want or the desire to help fund us in this campaign of making Star Citizen content, please drop over to our website or check out the description below. We have a link to our Patreon account. Our Patreons are going to get special roles in the Discord, and they will get behind the scenes videos. They will get first release before the public gets released videos. There's all kinds of stuff we want to do. We just have to get enough patrons first to make it worthwhile for everybody, as well as participation on some of the Fist and Jawa Save the Universe, the big themed videos that we make with the really big ships. We could definitely use other people's help, so check that out. We also have a merch store. Head on over to the website fistandjawa.org. Check out the store. There's really cool t-shirts. We also live stream every Thursday night at 7 p.m. And I really want to thank you guys for watching the video. I appreciate your support. And to my buddy Alex, who's listening online, I hope this helps you out with making videos, buddy. And I'm sure we'll talk about it here very soon. To the rest of you guys, thanks for watching. Good night, Stanton.